Good morning. Got my knit crates yesterday and I did go ahead and open it up. And I did get that pretty blue with the purple, which is a sport weight Audine wools. And these are colorways that Creative Grandma collaborated with Knitcrate to make in those colorways. And I know you guys have seen them all. And then there's that beautiful button that came with it. Now I was a little frustrated because yesterday my knit crate had come, and one of the first things that I always do is I go and download the patterns that are available. And this pattern here is a bonus pattern. It's not in the book, I don't think. You had to download it online, and that is the one that Creative Grandma wrote the pattern for. Yeah, I was wanting that one. So last night when I went, kept getting an error message, and I was like, this has never happened before with Knitcrate. So I sent them an email, asked them, what's going on. The download link is not working at all. Can't get any of the patterns. It's frustrating. And I said, I know I'm one of the last ones to receive Knitcrate because I've seen these as early as the end of last week where folks got their Knitcrate. And I was wondering, maybe those folks didn't try the link to download. Maybe they did. It didn't work for them. There wasn't even a message saying the site was temporarily down for whatever. It just said error 401 or 404. And I gotta tell you, it ticked me off. Not for long though. They did send me the email this morning saying that the book had been uploaded and it is working now, that they double checked. And of course, I get home and yes, it's working. So I was able to download that pattern and print off that pattern because I really like that pattern. I wanted to do it in a different color. I'm not going to do it in this. I have plans for that. It's going somewhere else. But yeah. And I like the button. Button is beautiful. I really don't know where I would use it. It's a pretty heavy button, but I'll find somewhere to use it. I just can't imagine using it with any of the yarns, that Knitcrate had sent. And that's an honest comment. But I'm wondering, we got this silly thing last month, and supposedly the reason we got this was because the needle point protectors that they had ordered hadn't come in yet. And there's a part of me going, oh, they'll come in February. No, a button did. So I'm kind of wondering what happened to those point protectors. I would have rather had point protectors than this. Although it's a nice little thumb warmer. Someone said to put it on your Barbie doll. And I will tell you, I do have one Barbie doll left, but it's a Barbie doll that my nurses gave to me when I was doing home health in Virginia. And it was kind of a joke what they did to this poor little Barbie doll. They blackened under her eyes real dark. They ratted her hair up really crazy. They put her lipstick on crazy. And this outfit that was like wrinkled up to high heaven. And they said, because I was working about 75 hours a week at that time, because I was the nurse manager. And they were also calling me the branch manager. So I was doing 2 jobs. And then as well as that, I was doing home visits. So, I was pretty ragged and tired and grouchy at a few times, and they had dolled that Barbie doll up, and I come in one morning. This is the morning that I was like, I am just going to sit here and drink coffee and watch you guys. I came in that next morning, and they had that doll sitting on top of my coffee cup and a little card, and they'd all written little happy notes to me and told me I really need to contact the corporate lawyer to see about getting paid for branch manager as well as a clinical manager and a visiting nurse. Of course, that week the corporate lawyer was in for a very different reason, which was a pretty ugly scene. They were going through a lot of the paperwork and timesheets for someone who had, quite frankly, put down that she did 2 visits in this one same area, and she did not, and they had noticed there were a lot of inconsistencies with their timesheets. And normally when we did timesheets, we had these sheets, and we would put that we were at this patient's house, what time we got there, what time we left. And the only thing that they had told us other than that was when you stop for a lunch break, or, for whatever reason, doctor's appointment if you have one or whatever, that you put the time that you took your break or doctor's office. You didn't have to write an explanation. You just put break. And then when you started back on the road, you put the time that you started driving back on the road to get to your next patient. And that was for workman's comp reasons, because say you were in a restaurant eating and you hadn't signed that out, and car plowed through the building and hit you, workman's comp wouldn't pay that if you weren't doing a visit with your nursing position. The restaurant had to foot the bill for that, or the car owner, whatever. And that's what that was. And they found some discrepancies in those timesheets. And I had, on every one of those timesheets, I had asked this person, there's an hour, that I know it takes 5 minutes to get to that next patient. Would you please just jot in there what happened? Car wreck, you were held up in traffic, something, so that they would know that you were actually still working on the job. And this one nurse just wouldn't do it. And I had told her, well, there are reasons you have to do that. It's to let them know, that there's something else going on, so that, if you were in a car accident, we knew that you were in a car accident, whatever, and she just refused to follow the rules. And that day that they had brought that and put it on my cup, the corporate lawyer was in, because they were going to discuss this with her and relieve her of her position. It was a pretty ugly scene. She blamed me, but it wasn't me. It was, she had failed to fill in. If she'd have filled them just, one word break, something, she would have still been working there. But corporate lawyer was in. He comes walking over to my desk and he says, are your girls trying to tell you something? And I said, yeah. I said, I want my back pay for doing the branch manager position. He goes, but you're not a branch manager. I said, yeah, but I have all these memos from, regionals saying Jane Wynn, branch manager. He says, really? Now, I just threw him in a folder for the heck of it, because I thought it was funny. And one of the other nurses said, yeah, she's got a folder over here. He took that folder. He goes, you're getting some back pay. So they did actually give me some back pay for doing the 2 jobs. But, he found it rather funny. He said, this is one thing I love about going to different home health agencies when the staff really gets on with whoever their clinical manager is. You can see those little things because you see little knickknacks here and there and gifts that they give you. He said, but I've never seen one when the clinical manager walked in and first spotted it. He said that was priceless. So he enjoyed that visit because he got to see me go, oh my God, and just laugh, when I was reading all the notes they had left in the card. So, strange things happen. You don't want to see that Barbie because she is really a disaster. And besides, I tried it on her the other day and it won't fit. So I can't put it on my Barbie. However, I do have an angel that is up in a shelf over there. It'll probably fit her, keep her head warm. Oh, crazy. Okay, that's it for today. I got a little silly sidetracked with a stupid story, so I apologize for that. Oh, I did want to say, when we were at the fire hall today, they had this brand of pomegranate green tea out for everyone. I did grab this, and supposedly it has 6 tea bags in it. Haven't tried it yet. Looking forward to try it. If any of you have seen this before and tried it, please let me know. I do not normally do green tea because the caffeine level is a little higher than regular tea. But I think I might try it. I drink coffee all day. I can probably handle a cup of tea. Alright guys, see you again soon. Everybody have a great day.